Alright guys, we're back with another Star Wars Armada battle report. Today we are playing Rebels on Rebels, some hot Rebel action here. We are doing the mission Contested Outpost, which again is going to mainly focus on that station there, although we're certainly going to try and kill off some opposing rebels. Our list here is focusing on an Assault Frigate Mark B, or Mark II, or yeah, Mark II-B. Got the Gallant Haven, Gunnery Team, ECM, Ramus Antilles, and Boosted Comms. We are running on our fighter sides, Tycho, Shara, and 4 stands of regular A-Wings. We do have a MC-30 Scout Frigate with Gunnery Team, Foresight, and Admiral Ackbar on there, with turbo laser reroute circuits, a Corvette A, excuse me, with Hondo, Jaina's light title, and also turbo laser reroute circuits. And then finally a medium transport, the ubiquitous medium transport with a jamming field and Torin Far on there for some anti-squadron shenanigans there. And then we'll pop over to the opposing Rebel fleet here for this training exercise. Maybe some actual live rounds, we'll see. Go ahead and run us through.
Well, the Rebel flagship on this side of the board is the MC-75 Armored Cruiser Aspiration, helmed by General Dodonna. As you can see, General Draven is helping some anti-squadron, along with the ordnance pods to help a little bit more with anti-squadron, and the ordnance experts to get a little re-rolling of those black dice that we're going to throw a whole bunch of, we hope, during our turn. Second ship is an MC-80 Star Cruiser with the Liberty title, some SW7 ion batteries. So with those 4 ion dice, we're hoping to throw accuracies and add to the damage. And then Katekin and Sholin to get to re-roll once per attack, once per turn rather, all the dice of, or any number of dice of one color, so we can add hopefully all those accuracies to the damage. Finally, we round out with more blue dice on the Dodonna's Pride Corvette 90B, CR90B. Go down to the squadrons, and we have Harrison Dula on the Ghost. We've taken 4 generic X-Wing stands and 2 Y-Wings to try to get in close and pepper away at the hull of that assault frigate.
Great. And like I said, we're playing the station mission here, or one of the station missions, Contested Outpost. So we'll be back after turn 1. Alrighty, we're back at the end of turn 1, so not much happened, just a little bit of maneuvering. So opposing rebels here a little more cautious and sticking together, so they're just kind of slowly moving up as a group. On our side, we're trying to split the fleet here, which is probably not going to work, but we'll see what happens. Trying to potentially just get an early bit of damage on his Corvette and maybe take that out, and then try to deal with the 2 big ships. It's going to be a little scary. And on our side, we're just slow rolling it right now, just trying to pick up a couple easy victory points for the station, holding that before he arrives with his other ships, and then we'll kind of have to start maneuvering there. But he definitely has a lot of firepower, so we got to kind of be careful there. And we kind of moved our squadrons up to park a little bit ahead here and see where his fighters want to go. So I think he has 1 more fighter base than we do, and we're a little bit more fragile overall. So and we do have more capital ships, but again, he has a whole lot of firepower concentrated in those 2 heavies there. We don't have any heavies. We just have the medium and the 3 small. So we're definitely going to have to start chewing away at hull points and shields here pretty quick. So we'll see what happens after turn 2. All right, guys, we are back at the end of 2. A little bit of action happening, so we still hold the station on our end for the rebels. The Dodonna's Pride had moved up really fast. We got some pot shots at it with our Corvette and our MC-30. Basically took out shields in the rear, shields on the side, 1 crit. Our frigate was all lined up to finish it off, but in an epic crap roll, 2 blanks and 3 accuracies, so that did absolutely nothing. So we're going to have to deal with it a little bit more. We did have Hera actually plinked off the front shield as well, so that's good there. We moved up a little bit and engaged with some of our A-Wings, so some of ours, or one of our stands took a little bit of damage from the X-Wing. We put a little bit of damage back with the counter. We're hoping to just finish that 1 standoff for sure when we activate this turn. We held back with a couple others, And that's about it right now. So should be seeing a lot of action happening here on turn 3. So we'll be back. Alrighty, we are back after 3, so we held the station for another turn, but that's going to change here coming up. A little out of position with our transports. They kind of got lost from the squadrons. Here we did some more damage on his Liberty, so we got some shields that have been knocked down, a little bit of damage on the hull, but need to get more done. We just lost, what was it, 2 stands of Y-Wings, or no, sorry, not Y-Wings, A-Wings. Tycho is on his last leg, so that's not good. We got a lot of damage on his X-Wings, and a little bit of damage on Hera even, but we need to get these other 3 A-Wings back in the fight. That being said, we finally took out Dodonna's Pride this turn. So we had those A's pile on some damage, and then the assault frigate didn't whiff with its second opportunity, thankfully. And then on our side back here, though, his Y's came in and took both the side shields down on Jaina's Light. Thankfully, no hull damage yet, but we did end up having to burn our redirect just to avoid too much damage there. That's kind of where we're at. So we've done a little bit of work in the first half here, but like I said, he's closing in on the station, so we really can't hold it anymore. So we just got to avoid his heavies as best we can and try and not get blown up. So we'll be back after 4. All right, guys, so after 4 turns, nobody held the station this turn. We had to kind of get in front of his larger ship there, coming in this way to prevent it from getting close enough. So we're both at distance 1 and command 3. So temporarily prevented him from getting one of those. We did take a little bit of damage, but overall did survive a lot of that firepower. We do have a damage piece on his 2 large capitals. We lost pretty much all of our A-Wings except for Shara. Just keep rolling the wrong dice on my A-Wings. So just not doing enough with them, but we did sprinkle a lot of damage across his X-Wings. Shara is the only one left, thankfully with no damage on her. Or no, we do have one more A-Wing, sorry. We tried to take a pot shot at his side on the Liberty, but came up with a big old nothing. The Ys, we kind of moved away from them, thankfully, and avoided like Jaina's Light taking damage. We tried to put some more pot shots on the Liberty as well, so we kept stripping shields. So we're doing all right there, but we got to really get in close. We haven't really been able to get like a full broadside off with the MC-30, unfortunately. And here he did whiff with one of his shots against the transports, thankfully. Or I didn't whiff, I should say. We scattered. But yeah, so not looking all that great right now. He's in range to do basically all of his maximize all of his attacks right now, and he's kind of winning the squadron battle at the moment. And we did try to do some anti-squadron of our own, but just rolled crit after crit after crit, and not doing any real progress there with some of our ships. So we're moving into turn 5. Might be the last one, but we'll see how things go here. All right, end of round 5, very bloody turn. So we lost the frigate to lots of shots by the Liberty. Really just didn't have a chance there. Tycho bit the dust. We lost all but one of our A-Wing stands. Shara is at 1 as well. Unfortunately, her scatter was being shut off by accuracy. Other than that, we've kind of survived unscathed on the other remaining ships, thankfully. And we have whittled some of his A-Wings down finally now. And we've put a lot of damage on the Liberty. I think, is it 5 or 6? 5. So we have a potential to kill that this turn. We just have to survive whatever he chooses to activate first here. And hopefully we'll still be up. So, yeah, I think we've killed, 3 X-Wing stands?
Yes.
Yeah. We have a chance to drop another X-Wing this turn. We're not going to take down Hera, and I doubt that we're going to be able to kill either of his Y-Wings, although one might be a chance just to claim some extra points. But if we can take down the Liberty and at least keep one of our big ships left, or big small ships, that is, capital ships. We should, I think, pull slightly ahead. But anyway, last turn coming up. All right, guys. End of turn 6. Surprisingly, Rebels won, but no, we pulled out a small victory here. So lots of stuff ended up dying. So he activated first. He took out Jaina's Light in combination between his. Actually, the Y-wings ended up dealing it the final damage. Unfortunately, before we got to activate, so a little bit of a loss there. He then activated his Liberty. That dealt some damage to our shields on our MC-30, but we survived the storm there. He was just in enough range to where we got a broadside and used our Ackbar ability, and luckily dealt enough damage because all of his shields had essentially been wiped out. So that really got us a huge boost on being ahead on points. And basically we just had to survive the rest of the turn. So his which ship are you running again?
My flagship?
Yeah.
Aspiration.
The Aspiration.
Yeah.
Tried to put some damage on the frigate, which it did. Survived with one hull left, thankfully. But that's really what helped to keep us in there. He did claim the station 2 turns for the final 2 turns of the game. That helped bring him some points back. We got some work done on the Y-wings too, but we knew we weren't going to kill them. The transports did a little bit of that, and then it kind of flew off to stay out of the way there. Then Shara ended up taking the final X-wing with her. Sadly, he kept getting accuracy, so she could never use her scatter. And then the remaining A-wing did a little bit more damage to Hera, but she survived as well. And with our other broadside, our MC-30, we did put a ton of shield damage on his Aspiration, which if the game had gone on, we certainly would have lost our ship. But if we were going first, we might have been able to put a solid chunk of damage on him. But that's where it ends up. So we end up a little bit ahead, but interesting list. Haven't tried this one before, and a new one on the other Rebel side as well. But hope you guys enjoyed. We'll try to have another one here down the road, hopefully with some Clone Wars stuff. Excited to see that finally. So let us know in the comments, guys, what you thought of each of these lists. We'll try and put the descriptions up in the comments as well. And yeah, leave some likes, comments, subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you in the next one.